chapter 1, As Free as a Bird. So, yesterday you read the prologue and kind of had a background understanding of what the story was going to be about of Malala. You got to figure out who Malala was and what her story was going to be about. You made some predictions, some great questions I read. So, today you're going to get to know a little bit more about her now as we start chapter 1. So, before we start chapter 1, you're going to have some vocabulary words that says understand it. So here's some words that you should know before you read, and I'm going to kind of go over this with you right now. So you have Pashtun, which is a group of people in Afghanistan and Pakistan that share the same culture. You have the word revenge, which means to hurt or harm someone who hurt you or harmed you. Apple of my eye, which is a saying or a meaning that you are special. So if someone tells you you are the apple of my eye, they're telling you you are special to me. A custom is a behavior done by a group of people. Destined, a person's future. So you will see these vocabulary words in chapter 1. So if you come across them and you do not know what they mean, you can always reference back to chapter 1, slide 2, and you can kind of go over them. So if you decide, I have placed the pages in order. If you want to read on your own, I like to read on my own, so you can read on your own if you prefer. Or you can go to slide 8, and there will be a video on here where me reading the story to you. It's not on here yet. And then you're going to have 2 slides of different questions. So make sure you complete slide 9 and slide 10. Make sure you have done both before you turn in. So your first questions are on the think about it. And make sure you write your responses in complete sentences. If they're not in complete sentences, I'm gonna return your work to you so you can make those corrections. So your first question is, how did Malala's father treat her differently than other girls in her culture were treated? You can go back to the story and find examples, or just write what you remember. This is questions you gained from chapter 1. What is the sentence? School was my world and my world was my school. So what does this sentence mean? So you're going to go, and it's actually the last sentence. The school was my world and my world was my school, was the school. So on here, you can read it, and then you can inference what it means based on what you read. The third one, I'm sorry. You have the theme. So this book you're reading, it is based on gender equality, which is an UN number 5 goal. And this whole book has a theme about gender equality. That's why we're reading this, because it's about issues and it's about action. So gender equality is equal rights, responsibilities, and opportunities for all people, whether they're born a female, so a girl or a woman, or male, boy or man. So what are examples of this theme in the story? So what I want you to do is go back and find evidence or proof in chapter 1 of times that gender equality was not equal or where gender equality was equal. So I want you to say, like, on page 22, the brother was not being equal because blah, 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 or whichever your example is. But you need to give me an actual example from chapter 1 that tells me you understand the theme is gender equality. So make sure you go back into those pages and try to find at least one example of where you see gender equality as the theme in the story. Once you have finished the questions on slide 9 and slide 10, make sure you go back into Google Classroom and click Turn In. If you do not click Turn In, it's not going to submit it. If you have any questions, please message me and I will help you.